And we are live on Roleplay Cafe. I am Jason. Beside me at the top there is David. Below me is our handler for Delta Green, Justin. And beside him is Todd. And we are playing Delta Green today. This ought to be great fun. Thank you, Justin, for running it. Go, sir.
Yeah, no problem. I hope you guys will enjoy it. You guys are playing in a game of Delta Green. So it's essentially kind of like a cross between if you were to take Call of Cthulhu and kind of mix it with the X-Files. Essentially what's happened is normally this organization kind of operates as an inner circle. It's not a lot of people know about it, and they normally seem to take federal agents, sometimes independent specialists, and get them to kind of join this organization. Officially, what you are told is that it is a form of an anti-terrorist organization. It's almost hard to believe that they would have any kind of pull at all because there's really nobody you report to. There's only like a handler that will communicate to you, almost like a CIA operative, kind of give you a mission, tell you what you need to do, and then you go do it. But other than that, there's no letterhead to this organization. You're not told if there's a headquarters, and you're not told who you really report to other than this operative, which will give you kind of your information before you would go on a mission. The only thing that gives it a little bit of legitimacy is it seems like when you guys are on your real world jobs and you're given an assignment that might conflict with that, you guys are given permission by your supervisors to go and do this other mission. They don't know what it is. They're just told that from up on high, they were told to give you the time to get this done. Okay. So what's actually happened is each of you three individuals may have had an encounter, something very strange that has happened, that one of these agents has come up to you and said, listen, your country has many enemies. One of them is one that is actually kept very secret because even the information gathered on it actually proves a risk. So since you've already kind of had this minimum exposure and that you kind of know about it, they usually like to ask you, are you willing to kind of step up and help your country fight this additional threat? Because it is almost like it's another terrorist organization. And that's really all you know it's about. You kind of heard the words Delta Green kind of thrown out, but there's very little reference to it. When you search for it anywhere, nothing comes up.
Okay.
So,
but we're part of it. But
yeah,
do we know we're part of it?
Yes, that you know, because you guys have been on assignments. So what's happened is over the past year, you guys haven't been doing any, like, other than this odd thing that happened to you, which would be you kind of have your own respective backstory that we can't really get into because the game's not that long. You kind of had your own encounter. Now it's up to you whether you want to share that with the party, but it's kind of been made clear to you that sharing some of this knowledge isn't necessarily a good thing and might actually jeopardize any kind of additional object. So it's up to you whether you want to share your information or not, or whether even if you want to share your names, your proper names or not.
Oh, wow.
Okay. That's really up to you.
Okay.
Really, you're not given much support. It's been felt that since you guys actually hold certain, like you guys are particular federal agents, that you guys are resourceful enough to kind of get whatever you might need for your assignment to get you to complete it. Or what you might require for it. So over the past year, what's happened is you guys have been given small things to do. Maybe you leave an envelope somewhere. Maybe there's a package that needs to be just dropped off at a house. Maybe there's, just these little small things that you kind of go off, like, out of your way. Maybe it takes you an hour to go somewhere to do this, but you're essentially just being drop-off packages or transporting something. Or maybe you leave a car underneath a bridge somewhere, but you don't really know much about it. So what's happened recently is you've actually gotten a phone number. It kind of looks familiar. So every once in a while, you'll get a text from one of these lines. You're not quite sure. It never really has a number on it, but this time it's a little bit different. This time you're given an address, a date, and a time. So what you guys later find out is that this is actually taking you to Boston. And it looks like that it's actually taking you to, it looks like a post office. And needs you to be there for around 2 p.m.
On a weekday, I guess, right?
Yeah. So you guys can actually be from this location. Maybe you're away and you needed to get a train ticket, plane ticket, whatever you needed to get here. But you know that you guys have been given kind of permission, or you found the time to make your way to be at this location.
Okay.
No contact person.
It doesn't
Be
seem to
there.
be there. There's no name. The person that you've really been communicating or your handle is it's
Mhm.
actually it's an elderly woman by the name of Gail.
Okay.
Is who normally talks to you. Normally talks to all of you.
Okay.
And so we got this information separately, and we're just kind of all.
So you guys don't know each other. You guys have always worked independently. You've always been on by yourself to drop off these packages or these vehicles. So you guys aren't even aware of each other. So as you guys kind of come into this place, you see that it is an older building. It's just an actual post office, red brick. You kind of knock on the back door. You see this disgruntled older guy kind of opens up the back door, kind of looks at you, gives you all kind of a stink eye kind of thing. You guys are probably all coming in at different times, but the feeling is very much the same.
Okay.
You basically are entering into this big mail organization room, but you can smell like the stagnant paper. The moment you walk in, you see that everybody in here is kind of too busy to even pay attention really to what you're really doing.
Mm-hmm.
And this old cranky guy kind of takes you out to this back room where you see an office. So in this office, see it's tiny, got a shitty coffee maker over in the corner, just this small tin metal looking desk where you see Gail's already sitting there drinking coffee. She didn't start drinking from here. And you see these two other individuals, so basically it's just the entire group at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of come in here. The place is it's a little bit cool. It's about the fall. I mean, just about October.
Okay.
And you see Gail kind of looks around. She says, "Oh, well, it's good to see that you guys are all here. You guys have actually helped us quite well in the past, and we figured that maybe we'll give you a little bit more of a difficult assignment than you're normally used to. Something that requires more than one of you. We hope that you guys will work well with each other. So we'll just do a quick go around the room, introduce characters and what you guys look like. We'll start with Jason.
So I lean over and nod at the other two gentlemen and say, well, I'm Dr. John Palmer, University of Colorado professor, anthropology. I am lean, runner's build, 40s, or looks like I'm a young 40. Tight cropped hair, goatee, dark, a little bit of gray in the temples, no glasses. Aside from the fact that I'm wearing a suit, which you just don't see anymore among most professionals, would cue you that I am an educator or a professor. Pretty open-faced, no scowl, almost thrilled to be here compared to the life I generally lead, probably.
Okay. Next, we'll go with Todd.
I just introduced myself as McMurtry. All I'll pretty much say is I'm a security contractor. It's pretty tight-lipped. He's a strong, athletic-looking guy, in his early 40s. Probably a full head of brown hair. And kind of casually dressed, but he's not he's not giving off too much emotion about whether he's
very tight-lipped, probably arms crossed.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and finally, Dave.
Okay, I'll introduce myself as Anthony, and I'll just tell him that I'm in criminal investigation. He's kind of medium height, kind of, I guess, bookish looking, has a pair of readers around his neck, very neatly dressed, everything kind of looks like it's in its right place, so to speak, kind of has on khakis, slacks, and let's say he's wearing we'll say he's got on some deck shoes maybe, and a kind of like a semi kind of casual jacket, with the sleeve, the elbow patches on it,
Nice.
So he kind of nods to everyone and says, pleased to meet you guys. I hope we have a good experience working together. And he kind of, steps back.
Yeah. All right. So you see, like, kind of Gail kind of just, kind of smirks a little bit after you guys kind of give your introductions to each other. And she says, all right, well, we'll just get straight to it, guys. It's going to be fairly easy. But unfortunately, we've had an ex-agent recently pass. Nothing strange. It looks like it was natural causes. But what we really need to do is we need to follow up just to make sure that he doesn't have any links to the organization that he may have left in his apartment, or or anything that might just link him to Delta Green. So the mission is that you're going to meet you're going to go to the residence of a Clyde Bauman.
Bondman?
It's Bauman.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And then she kind of takes out a manila envelope, kind of out of a briefcase, and she kind of puts it on the desk. And she says this is just kind of like a dossier of just the information that we have on him. Unfortunately, what he had done for Delta Green, unfortunately, is restricted, and I don't even have access to that information. But we do know that he does have family, and that they're expected within the next 48 hours. So your operation is just to check out his residence, make sure that it's clean of anything that may be related to Delta Green, and then to report back here after 48 hours. Also, if you find any kind of evidence or any proof that Mr. Bauman may have violated Delta Green protocol, whether he was talking to somebody else that may not be a part of the program, to please report it.
Where's Bowman's body at?
It's actually at the city morgue. It's already been checked. It should be fine.
Okay.
I guess we don't need to know how he met his end.
It seems to be a heart attack. So, and what I'll do here, guys, I'll just put, actually, under evidence and handouts, I'll just put the dossier.
Okay, where's that?
The information that they have. Not sure if you guys can see it there.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yep.
No. Where am I looking? Where am I seeing?
In the text, the chat.
Yeah. So if you go to the text channel there, Todd, you'll see evidence/handout.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
You can click on it.
No, all I can see is your beautiful faces. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you gentlemen, but a dead IRS agent's a good IRS agent.
Okay, and you kind of see that, Gail kind of gives a small smirk, but you see she kind of closes up her briefcase at that point and stands up. And she says that, well, you guys are free to do what you feel that you guys need to do in order to complete this assignment, and I'll see you guys in 48 hours.
Okay.
Okay, and you see with that, you see she leaves kind of the mail office, sorry.
Do we have transportation, Gil?
Whatever transportation you feel that you would have.
Okay.
I would assume somebody has a vehicle.
Rental car or something from the airport. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Well, let's head over there.
Yep. Yeah,
Sounds
this
pretty
is
straightforward.
pretty cut and dried.
What could go wrong?
Okay. So you guys all take the same car, or are you guys going in different vehicles?
Let's take the same vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get to know each other a little bit,
Yeah, I'll head for the back seat. I'm inclined to be driven around or to ride public transit. So I just naturally go to the back door. If it's a 4-door sedan, and climb in the back seat.
Okay, I'll ride shotgun.
Yeah, okay. So you guys go ahead and you actually just kind of load up into McGurdy's sedan, I imagine.
McMurtry.
Not
McGurdy. McGinty.
Murphy.
McClinty.
That is McMurray.
McClintock. Whatever. It's
Macmillan.
McMillan and White. It's none of those.
Yeah.
It's McMurtry.
So we have all loaded into McMurtry's vehicle, which I'm thinking like it's like a black F-150 realistically, but
I like that idea.
Yes.
I like that idea. Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
So yeah. All right, so you guys kind of all load up into his truck, and you guys decide to just drive over to the apartment. It looks like that the address given to you in the dossier is about maybe an hour away, and you see that there's a single apartment key that seems to be taped on the top right-hand corner.
Mm-hmm.
So you actually make your way there, and of course, it's like one of these cheap, like egg crate-looking apartment buildings that you normally see. It basically is very generic, very gray, very drab, very cheap.
This is interesting. Former IRS head of a department living like this.
Yeah.
Assistant deputy commissioner. This is very strange in and of itself, gentlemen. So I would guess from that he's not taking bribes.
Maybe not.
He's not living above his means, for sure.
Or just not flaunting it.
Duffel bag of goodies with me.
Okay, so yeah, you have like a duffel bag. You probably have a cover just over the back of the truck. You kind of just open it and you kind of have what you need. You have a duffel bag or whatever you need, probably ready to go.
Yeah.
And then you make your way into this place. The key easily gets you out through the front door, this big reinforced metal door with basically that wired glass that kind of sits in the middle. You go through the first two doors, then you make your way up to basically where his apartment would be.
I'm going to look at the, before we head up, I'm going to look at the mailboxes around his name and see what his neighbors, if there's neighbors in every one of those boxes. I'm assuming there's like a community mailbox. Right?
Yeah, so basically you can see like all the individual apartments.
Right.
Are listed basically.
There's names in those boxes, things like that.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. You see the little strip. Well, actually, you'll probably see there's a display with the numbers that you can buzz in to talk to an individual.
Okay.
But other than that, no, the mailboxes themselves would just be apartment numbers.
Okay. So no names then. Okay. All right, and I'll follow them up the stairs.
Okay, so it only takes you a couple of minutes to reach the 4th floor.
I mean, this place isn't a dump; it's just modest, right?
It's it's very cheap. You see that it has like that old 70s looking carpet of brown and orange and green.
Yeah. Okay.
You see it smells like everybody's cooking something terrible. Like it's
okay.
It is very much an older building, but it does feel like that that Dr. Palmer may have hit the nail on the head saying, well, he seems to be really living very well within his means here.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Okay, so you guys kind of
on the 4th floor, you said?
Yeah, just on the 4th floor. You guys make your way there.
Okay. All right.
Second,
so get apartment.
Yeah, so as you guys actually just make your way to the door, you can kind of see it's almost like at the end of basically at the end of the hall. You kind of start to pile up in front of the door. You take out the key, about to unlock it. And then you hear the door directly behind you begin to open. And you see coming out of the door behind you, you see kind of this crumpled old woman. You know, she's like wearing like this wool shawl for the autumn weather. You see she's got this little this little white dog she's kind of carrying with her. And she turns around and sees you, and she's like, "Oh, who are you gentlemen?"
Oh, boy.
We are. That's a good question.
I'll say we're just co-workers of the gentleman that lives here.
Oh, you knew Clyde?
Just in a professional manner, ma'am.
Yes, his wife Marlene has sent us over to collect some personal belongings.
Marlene?
I think that's.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She's been dead.
What?
Maybe.
What do you mean, Marlene?
Did you not know Marlene?
Well, I did, but he told me she was dead.
Well,
of course, it's been a while.
That's because
that was his first wife, Marlene. We're talking about his second wife.
Okay, you see her eyes go really big, and she's like, "Oh, really? Do tell." Like, he used to be like a very quiet, nice man, but I didn't. Wow, it's like he lived kind of a double life. His second wife. You see, she seems to be getting a really big interest right now.
Yeah, see, yeah. We better go.
Did he not have many visitors?
Not that I can see him. I mean, he was only been here for maybe the past 2 or 3. Like, he's only been here for the past 3 years. I mean, I've lived here all my life, and I seem to be a very, very quiet man. Like, I've never had much to complain about him. I mean, much different than the teenagers that lived across from here.
Well, he was a very quiet man at work, but I'm surprised that he didn't have friends and family visiting.
No, I didn't see anybody show up. I mean, every once in a while, he did have his son would show up with his granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every once in a while, maybe once a month, but they seem to buy less and less. Maybe the last 2 or 3 months.
Oh, you mean Michael?
Michael. Yeah, Mike.
That was Mike, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Michael. Yeah, nice kid. Yeah, nice chap, actually.
It was sad that he died.
So you guys are with the IRS, and she kind of takes a look at you. You said you're coworkers?
And I ask her, I say, what did you say your name was, ma'am?
Oh, my name is Mrs. Janowitz.
Okay.
Mrs. Janowitz. Been here all my life.
Okay. I say, do you live alone, Mrs. Janowitz?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so your husband passed away?
Yes, yeah. It's been 15 years.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. What's the name of your dog, Mrs. Janowitz? It's a beautiful dog. I tend to have an affinity.
Yeah. Shame if anything happened to that dog.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So did you want to intimidate her?
No. I'm literally trying to take her mind off us and put it on her dog, her family. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
I'm trying to affect her, but not through intimidation.
Okay.
Did the doctor finish actually unlock the door, or was he kind of in mid?
Yeah, whoever has the key at this point. I mean, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the whole time, I've got my hand like just on my pistol grip.
You just have it in your jacket. I'm just ready. She just needs
ready, always ready.
You're playing that American a little too well, man.
Anthony's got his he's got a little notepad out, and he's writing all this information down. That's why I asked her for her name, and he's writing. He's not trying to be discreet about it. He's looking up and then looking at the pad, looking up.
I'll tell you.
With that, you can kind of hear the dog starts to get a little bit yappy, and she says, "Well, I got to really take him out, but it's really interesting, seeing you gentlemen here. I by chance didn't get any of your names."
I'm Philip. This is Rex, and this is Jack.
Jack. Okay. All right. Well, it was nice meeting you. Maybe I'll see you when I get back in.
Okay. Pleasure's all ours. I'm sure.
All right. And so with that, you see she kind of goes away. She just makes her way down the hall and to the stairwell where you guys
cock my 45.
Okay. Yeah, you hear that big loud click coming from the jack.
Back on, man, that was close.
I look at Mac and I say, "You think that was necessary? Really?"
You never know in this line of business, okay? Nosy neighbor.
Okay.
I'll wait until she's out of eyesight, and then I will make sure the key fits and turn the lock. I'll push the door open slowly, first checking at my feet to see if there's any mail or anything on the floor, anything that would have been pushed under the door. As I swing the door open slowly, looking directly at the floor, see if there's anything there.
Yeah, so you open the door, and there's nothing actually at the floor of the apartment. If there's going to be any mail, it'll probably be in the mailbox that's near the front door.
Okay, so nobody slid anything under, or okay, good.
No, it doesn't look like anything like that. Although I will give you a quick floor plan of the apartment.
Anthony does a double take at Mac and kind of jots something down in his notebook.
Let's hope you don't have any tobacco in that. No, you're not carrying a flask of alcohol, are you?
No. No.
How was the weather out? It wasn't damp or anything like that, was it?
No. It was fairly nice, sunny afternoon. It's about you left about 2 p.m.
Okay.
from the post office to make your way here in the early afternoon. So it's actually
Okay.
fairly nice temperate weather for the
Okay.
for the day. So as you guys kind of come in, you see that you guys are kind of entering from the from the east here, the apartment, just into the living room.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep.
As you guys are actually making your way in, you see that this place is very sparsely furnished.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's an old couch kind of in the middle of a living room, kind of parked in front of like a very archaic looking television with an old dusty cable box on the top. A coffee table that seems to have just like a box of old, cheap, dried up donuts. And a lot of crossword puzzles kind of piled kind of in the middle of the table.
I'm headed for those crossword puzzles.
Okay.
I'll
you also
start
see
shuffling through those.
Okay, so just going through the crossword puzzles, you see that most of them are completed. It seemed to be how he pretty much preoccupied his time with these probably quite a bit, but
Pen? Did he do them in pen or pencil?
They were done in pen.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah.
It's a smart man, educated man.
Now as well,
Sorry, I'm gonna draw my weapon.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not going to shoot the crossword puzzles.
No, I'm not. But I'm gonna do a quick inspection of the apartment, as far as make sure we are alone in the apartment. Okay.
Okay. You don't seem to hear anything.
Anthony will close the door behind us, as we go in.
Okay, so you just kind of quietly close the door.
Yeah. So
I'm
no
quietly
one sticks
like
their head
opening doors,
in. Clearing corners.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can kind of see basically over in the corner here of the living room as well. You see that he has like a small eating area for himself. He's got like that cheap metal marble topped table that you would see at like pretty much anybody's grandmother's place, and two rickety looking old wooden chairs with basically a huge ash tray and almost like a carton of cigarettes just sitting there, and basically the pile of ashes being fairly big. As you make your way kind of further into the apartment, there, McMurdy.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
McMurtry.
Close.
So you're actually coming your way over to where you can kind of see the kitchen. You see the kitchen itself. You see there's just cans of like beans, canned meat, very, very cheap looking meals, kind of like cans all strewed all over the place. It looks like that he was mainly just eating out of the cans. There's very little dishes here. You see there's not very much here going on at all. You see there's maybe a loose garbage bag kind of hanging off to the side where you see he's been kind of dumping most of these cans, and some old, it looks like maybe wrappers from local places, like just local fast food joints that maybe have been around here too.
When after he clears, I will wait for him to clear, and then I'm going to check the bathroom. Is there shaving kit, toothbrush? Does it look as though he actually maintained his appearance? Was he shaving? I mean, were there tools here that look like they've been used regularly?
Yeah, so when you come to the bathroom, you do see that out of most of the other locations in here, this seems to be the more established. You do see he has a toothbrush, shaving kit, shaving cream, medicine that he was using. Looks like heart meds.
Okay.
But it also seems to be that this also kind of shows the most activity that you've seen. Most of these other places have looked kind of passive or just settled.
Okay.
When you come into here, you see that glass sliding door that you would see usually near a lot of these tubs or these showers. The window is smashed.
Really?
You see that the where the towel rack would have been kind of bolted against the wall has been ripped down, and you see that the cup that would have been holding his toothbrushes has fallen over and smashed into the corner. You see that whoever came in here to help him to probably get the body, looks like they may have just kind of kicked it off to the side. And when you come in here, you have that smell of ammonia and piss and shit. Like the body had been in here first.
This is where he died. Had a heart attack and collapsed, probably.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Bedrooms. Let's check the bedrooms.
Yeah. How? What shape are the closets in?
Okay, so taking a look at the closets, you see some of them kind of have maybe one or like the one here across from the kitchen may have one or two jackets,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems to be he has like a pair of running shoes that are in here, a pair of dress shoes, and a pair of rubber boots.
Okay.
When you make your way to the bedroom, the first one there, just to the left,
Mm-hmm.
you see, again, it's kind of a very sparse bedroom. It looks like it's essentially just a cheap dresser. We probably got it at Goodwill. That seems to be pretty scraped up. As well as looks like he's got pictures kind of sitting on top of that dresser.
Aha.
And he's got a bed that looks like it's kind of just sitting on a box spring.
Okay. All right, I'll take a closer look at the photographs.
Okay.
I will look out the window, see if there's any point of interest out this bedroom window.
Okay, so you're taking a look at the window itself. The window is basically on the 4th floor. There's no fire escape here or anything like that leads out to the window, and the window itself seems like you can open it easily. It just kind of opens off to the side. Not quite big enough for a person to kind of sneak through. I mean, if you could break it, maybe, but...
Right.
No.
No, I mean, is there any, like, what's the view? Is there anything of interest out, a view out the window?
Okay, if you're looking out the window, it looks like it's facing towards the parking lot.
Okay, all right.
Okay?
Okay. Yep.
And when you reach into the second bedroom, this looks surprisingly different than everywhere else. You see that there's a desk that's set up against the wall with what looks like a comfy office chair. And then you see banker boxes
Oh, yes.
scattered all over the place. Just files everywhere.
So, gentlemen, before we disturb these, we want to make note if I want to make note if any of the tops are off of any of them, if they've been rifled through. Are they intact?
Okay, so taking a look at them, it seems like these banker boxes are fairly well organized. Does anybody have bureaucracy?
I think
I do.
might hang
Yeah,
on.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, what level do you have it at?
40%. I don't know what level that is. Oh,
Okay.
in parentheses says 10%, but I have a 40% score.
Yeah,
Okay,
40.
so the nice thing about this game is there's actually certain thresholds that you can meet. So if you have a certain percent, I just give you information. You don't even need to make a roll.
Nice.
Okay.
But in this case, you kind of do. So I'm going to get you to go ahead and make a bureaucracy check.
Okay. Oops, fumble. All right, dice roller. Here we go. Hey,
That thing doesn't-
11.
It doesn't play music.
No.
Okay, so now here's the thing, Jason. So to get a critical success in this game, you just need to roll doubles.
Oh, no,
Nice.
this. Oh, I got you. This is
Doubles
10 and a
of
1.
anything?
I guess that would be doubles.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so
Because
what
I
you do
have,
is you have
I have a
critical-
10
Yeah,
and a 1, so that would be doubles, right? 11?
Yeah. yeah. So a
wait,
big-
so you mean doubles of, like, anything? Like if it was 22, 33, 44?
Yes, it counts as a critical success. So basically, you
Cool.
couldn't do any better. However, that works the same for failure.
Ooh.
So if you get doubles when you roll a failing roll, that's
Yeah.
considered a critical failure.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So with that, what you can find with these particular files, these are all pretty much tax documents, from what you can tell, inventories and stuff like that you can see. This is probably some of the work that he might have even did for Delta Green, or maybe even off the side, he may have actually done people's taxes.
Okay.
So going through it, you're able to actually establish it, organize it fairly well, be like, okay, well, these dates seem to match up here. And you're kind of flipping through some of this stuff, but none of this stuff seems to be incriminating at all. You think that it would normally take a group of you probably about 6 hours
Mm-hmm.
to kind of rifle through all this just to see if there's anything that might be missing or out of sorts, but you're actually able to organize it so it's done in half the time.
Okay. Sweet.
The
So-
the bedroom window here also faces onto the parking lot.
It does. This window itself is a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Justin,
Well,
did you
there-
say what was on the, if there was anything of interest with the photographs?
Yeah, so getting back to the photograph. So as you're kind of looking and you can kind of hear them kind of shuffling over into the other
Yeah.
bedroom, you do see that there seems to be a photo of, it looks like It looks like a picture of him with his son.
Mm-hmm.
You see, he kind of looks like a fairly average looking, just an old man, kind of standing with his son, and then you see one with his daughter, and his granddaughter as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then you see that there's a photo left upside down, kind of in between them. And when you flip it, this is the photo you see.
Oh boy.
So it looks like it's a picture of him when he was a young man. You're not quite sure who the woman is, but you did see that there was a date and 2 names written on the back. It looks like that this was him and his wife, Marlena, I believe.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You see that it's dated like it's 1974, 1978.
Oh, I can't tell. One of those 2 dates?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fairly smudged.
Okay. Okay.
When did she die? She died in 74.
All right. I will pull out my phone and take a picture of that picture.
Okay.
And then I will I'll do the same for the front and the back. And then I'll look on the back of the other photos to see if there's any other anything interesting written on the backs of those besides, you know.
Okay, so kind of taking them carefully out of the frame, you kind of flip them. You see that there's dates. These are fairly more recent, within maybe like the past year. It looks like that these photos were made.
Okay.
But there's nothing else written on them.
Okay. All right. We haven't seen any indication that his granddaughter would have been here at all, right? No toys, no nothing like that, right?
The only thing that you did remember seeing briefly, you saw there's probably like a picture on the refrigerator in the kitchen that said, to Grandpa, love,
That's it.
Okay. The name of his granddaughter.
Okay.
And you see that there may be another picture in here that's fairly the same.
Okay. And then speaking of which, while those guys are still kind of rifling through that stuff, I will take a look in the refrigerator.
Okay. So taking a look at the refrigerator, you see that it's basically just a lot of older fast food. Most of it has gone bad. You don't see anything suspicious.
Okay. Well, that is suspicious because being that this guy has obvious heart issues, he really wasn't eating very well for some odd reason.
No, he wasn't taking care of himself at all.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Heavy smoker.
Heavy smoker, right? Exactly. Yeah, even more so. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
In all of this, any of his own records, checkbook, bank accounts, any of his own personal records?
Yeah. So you're taking a look. He does have a list of his own expenses. It looked like that over maybe about 3 years ago, even before we started kind of spending money and actually made a move to this location. It looked like that he may have had a cottage. And it looks like that he was actually setting up quite a bit of things to kind of upgrade it for himself. He seems to have made a large purchase on a septic system.
Okay.
But it looks really expensive.
More expensive than a septic system should be.
Yeah, especially for if you're looking at the cottage that he's had for these years, kind of looking through some of his records. That's a little strange.
Yeah. Okay. And where is this cottage? Is there any indication as to this location?
Yes, yeah. It seems to be it's outside of Boston. It's about 3 hours away.
Okay. I will show this information to my colleagues. Gentlemen, we may have an issue here. Does this jive with you, gentlemen? Do you think we should check out the cottage? This may be where he has incriminating stuff we need to deal with.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. That he may have been putting his money elsewhere. So yeah, I think we should check it out.
Yep. All right.
We may have more of a clue as to where. I'm sorry. What?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I was going to say that cottage may give us more insight into what was really going on with his life.
Yep. And I'll just take a look out the living room window and see if there's any points of interest.
Okay, so taking a look, it looks like that goes kind of like almost into the inner kind of the garden or courtyard.
Oh,
And you can
okay.
kind of see that there's like a couple of trees. There's maybe like 4 trees, kind of like in like four quarter pattern. They've kind of gone yellow due to the autumn, and you see that the grass has been kind of kept. It's a little long in spots, but I mean, looking out here, nothing really looks suspicious.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can't think of anything else other than to maybe just check above doors, see if there's keys or anything you may have hidden it, taped under drawers, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe a
Okay.
key to the cottage. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, so actually you can kind of find that it's actually not hidden at all. If you take a look at the doorway that you guys entered in through the apartment, you can see that he has like key hooks. And without any kind of failure, you do see that there seems to be 2 or 3 keys on a ring. And it looks like it kind of has the Remington deer symbol kind of attached to it.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. So we have 3 keys. This
Yeah,
may
one
get
of
us
them's
into
still
his
like some-
cottage.
Farm equipment or something, maybe
Mhm.
tractor or something.
Okay.
Riding lawnmower.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So you said this cottage is about what, 2 hours out of town?
It'll be 3 hours out of town.
3 hours. Okay.
Okay. Will we still be in daylight when we get there?
Now let's see. So it'll be currently. So it would normally have taken 6 hours to go through all the documentation to find the information that you needed. You cut that down in half. So I'd say that it probably took you about an hour to get here. So you left the post office at 2 p.m.
Oh boy.
It's 3 in the afternoon.
Oh boy.
Got it. So it's 6 o'clock. So it's about dinner.
And it's autumn, so
And it's autumn.
dark.
Yeah.
So you guys are
Gets
making
dark.
your way over there. You'll be there at around 9 o'clock.
Perfect.
Oh, could we go there in the
Yeah.
dark? Oh. Let's go there in the dark.
I know. Perfect.
Yeah, we only have 48 hours before the family arrives.
That is true.
That's
That
right.
is
We can't
true.
waste time.
Yeah.
That is true.
So,
I will ask these gentlemen, not being reflective of their past personal lives, what would they make of this photograph that has his wife's eyes scratched out, basically?
you get some issues with her?
Well, from an anthropological argument, in the history of mankind, maybe she might have been the witness to something that he, right? Why else would you cut the eyes, remove the eyes from a photograph or from a statue or from, if it wasn't an indication they may know something or have seen something you wish they hadn't?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's my ignorant guess. But maybe that's John's.
No, yeah, I mean,
assessment.
other than, keeping the picture around at all, so
Right.
that's quite
Right.
quite
In
interesting.
human history, the eyes are the window to the soul.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
But again, I'm only
Right.
role playing an anthropologist. I'm not really one.
Hey, we
close
don't know.
enough.
If I have to make a skills roll for that, so I don't sound so stupid.
I don't know. The handler is notoriously quiet now, so you may be onto something.
Sending some messages. Who? Ooh.
Uh-huh. Yeah, maybe onto something. Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, unless we need to stop and get some ammo or something, we can head to the the cabin
Ammo?
or the cottage.
Are,
I know.
are you gentlemen
Don't worry.
packing? Do you anticipate that kind of trouble?
Oh no,
Hell yeah.
no.
Always. Always.
I assumed
this-
you were men of my peer group, professor of accounting, or especially with the tweed elbow, the tweed jacket with the elbow patches.
Right. I say, being in the line of work that I do, I'm qualified to carry a firearm, but not necessarily have I needed to use it. I
Well,
have not.
I crack open the duffel bag, and here's my Kevlar vest. And here's my 357. Wow, there's my 357 Magnums. 3 speed loaders. I've got this Automax machine gun with a suppressor.
Nice.
Right?
Holy
Here's
cow.
my first responders medical bag in there too. Yeah, I can't do everything.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
ready
ready
to go to the
to
cottage. I'm ready
Yeah.
to go to the cottage.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you guys choose to make your way to the cottage. Is that
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
okay?
Oh yeah.
All right. So with that, you guys kind of all with all the evidence that you think you might have. There's not really much to incriminate Delta Green here that you can see, but you go ahead. You take the keys. Blessedly enough, you don't run into Mrs. Janowitz again.
Thank you.
And you make your way to the car, and then you make your way 3 hours out of Boston towards this cabin.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as you're going, you kind of see that you guys are making your way kind of into a thicket of forest. You kind of see that, the sun is kind of setted and everything's kind of dark. You throw the lights on and see there's just a lot of these autumn trees kind of to the left and right of this country road that you're kind of traveling. You kind of have to stop fairly suddenly as you see that there's a couple of people on like four-wheelers, ATVs, or quads kind of cut you off, and you can kind of hear these guys hooting and hollering. Driving over, you see they got hunting rifles and stuff like oh, for frick's sakes. And you could kind of hear like some shots, even this late, going off, and it shouldn't be.
Hand on the whole.
Yeah.
Cock that 357.
Yeah, but so you just make your way past this cute little gas station to fuel up, and then you make your way basically to the cottage. And you can kind of see this thing's kind of in the deep woods, up on a hill. You can kind of see this cute little. It looks almost like just like a single floor log cabin
in the woods.
Okay.
Yeah, cabin in the woods. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, well, nothing bad could happen here.
No.
No. Ever. Okay.
So
nice.
So there is going to be a little bit of a change here. Where you see the bathroom marked right there, that's not going to be a bathroom. You see that's almost like a small bedroom with a couple bunk beds set up for what may have been maybe the grandkids or possibly even his kids, depending on how often he was using this cabin.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I assume I assume there's a not a septic, outhouse around the. Is there another smaller building outside?
Yeah. So when you take a look around to the backyard, you can see it's actually fairly large. He has a really big parcel of land back here. Again, this cabin's kind of surrounded by all these woods, but you can see that there is a metal shed with kind of like those 2 sliding doors that you can open, where he may have like maybe his tools in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can see the large septic tank that's almost the same size as the cabin itself.
Oh, wow.
It looks like he would have had to have gotten a crane or something to actually dump this in here, where that could have fit.
Oh.
Yeah, you could kind of see it.
So it's like it's a mound. It's a mound?
It's a mound. It's in the ground.
Yes.
Only half of it is buried.
Okay.
You can see that there's another half of it that's kind of exposed, left to the elements, and you see that it's made of concrete.
Holy cow.
And when you walk up to it, you can see that the cover that goes over that side, you see that there's a bunch of rings inset into the concrete around the cover, and there's a big ring kind of over the cover itself that you would just normally be able to use to lift it.
Oh,
but there's a chain wrapped in between all the rings and back to the handle with a very big padlock on the top.
Yeah.
okay.
We have
That's
keys,
something.
gentlemen, but he
One of them
obviously.
look like the lock for that tank.
Why
Some keys,
would
right?
someone do something like that? Where's it going to go?
Yeah, and what's in it? I
Yeah.
mean, what could he? If he's not storing his feces in it, then why lock it up? Who wants his feces? Right?
Exactly.
I'm not familiar with those kind of, that
I don't know what kind
stuff,
of
so-
laws they have here in Massachusetts about septic tanks, but
So
Do I have
Is
a
it?
do I have a law check I can make?
Isn't this? Isn't that kind of
Figure out,
unusual?
just make sure it's within code.
I mean, the man must defecate solid gold bricks to lock it up like that.
I mean, don't they usually like
Um,
pump those things out from the top or something?
Right.
Is that what they?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Did one of those keys look like they would fit that lock?
Taking a look at it, you can kind of see it's got like it's like a big, almost industrial like lock. Like you're not even convinced that your big handgun will even kind of clean shoot right through it.
Wow.
But taking a look, you're kind of fitting all the keys.
Mhm.
No.
Okay. All right. Is the metal shed locked? Is there a lock on that?
Go ahead and do you guys have like a sense hidden skill?
Oh boy, sense hidden.
Search.
What would that be under? Alertness? No. Well, let me look. Sense hidden.
I should have a copy
Search.
of the character sheet.
I see search.
I think there's like a spot hidden skill, or it could just,
There is in Call of Cthulhu. There's spot hidden. But...
yeah. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do a search check just to kind of save time.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you to go ahead and roll it, Todd, seeing how you're the one that's kind of making your way over to the shed.
No, I got a 49.
Okay.
They're not
Walking up to you, approach it. It looks like it doesn't have a lock on it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna open it. Wait a minute. It's pretty dark out here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think I even have a flashlight. That's terrible.
You got a phone?
I got my phone.
Yeah.
That's great too. All right.
your light on.
Yep. Turn the light on. And I'm pulling at like 357. Okay. That's not to be silly here, right? Okay, yeah. So anybody wants to lock up their shit, I'm not taking any chances on this. So so I got my phone out and
Okay. Before we actually go any further, just to roll back, were you guys investigating the cabin at all? Because at this point, I'm assuming you guys kind of all just went out back just to take a look. And we're like, no, we're going to ignore the cabin.
That giant tank would have caught my attention for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah.
So
Well, considering he paid a lot more for it than he would need, I mean, that's one reason we're here is that septic system caught our attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, Todd, kind of as you're making your way, you kind of slide open one of the doors to the shed.
mhm.
You kind of look in and you see that there's not much here stored in, but your nose kind of fills up with the smell of gasoline right away. And when you take a quick look, you only see there's like maybe two 1 gallon, not drums, but usually just the 1 gallons, the carriers.
Yeah.
You see there's like two of them. And you see one's kind of tipped over and spilt over, and the other one's kind of just laying flat just against the back.
Okay. So one's spilled over. One's
No tools hanging on the walls.
It doesn't look, well, I would say, yeah, you probably do see that there's a couple, no power tools.
Nothing crazy,
Like,
just the basic
yeah, you see
stuff.
like a wrench and like a garden hoe or something like that.
Okay.
Glancing back at the cabin, are there any lights on inside?
No.
Any vehicles parked around this? I mean, anything like tractors, cars, trucks, old. Just glancing around the property.
Yeah, so taking a look around the property, you see like from the woods, it looks like that there are some four-wheeler or ATV tracks that seem to kind of pass.
Okay.
those guys.
How far away is the tree line kind of pushed back away from this septic tank or from his property in general? Is it right there, or is it?
I'd say it's about 10 feet.
Okay, all right. Okay, so there's no game trail or riding trails that lead from his property into the woods directly, though, right?
No.
Okay.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jason. Or
I'm just thinking. So there's a.
Or Todd. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking, like these gas tanks,
Mm-hmm.
and one's been spilled. So somebody was doing something and they just left us rather quickly.
Yeah.
right? And then we have these ATV tracks, and we've heard these ATVs. So maybe these guys were skulking around here. Maybe they were stealing gas, and they kind of got surprised by
Could be.
us approaching, right?
Yeah, could be.
I think though, before we look in that tank, I think maybe we should. Well, we need to get the key anyways, but we need to go in that cabin.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
All right. So making your way to the cabin, you easily find the key on the ring. It does fit the front door, and you make your way in.
Okay.
Like I said before, the cabin looks almost what you see here, basically on the layout, except that the bathroom is not a bathroom. It seems to be almost like a kid's bedroom, just with some bunk beds set up and a small dresser. And when you look into the main bedroom, you do see that there's actually a decent bed. All the furniture in here looks like it's well used, been here for quite a while. Substantially looks like it's of higher quality than what was found in the apartment.
Putting his money.
Yeah, so kind of taking a look and investigating and looking at everything here. In the bedroom, you find that there's a foot locker underneath the bed.
Okay. While they check that foot locker, I just want to look to see if there's any mail, any evidence that he's been receiving mail here. I'll look around for correspondence, business, something like that.
Okay. So looking around...
I'll turn lights on. I mean, there's no reason
Right.
to see what we're doing.
Right.
So
Okay.
I'll make sure I do that.
And there's like not like a copy of the Necronomicon.
No.
No, it's the original.
Yeah, just check. There's no trap door. There's no trap door in the middle of the
No.
floor.
There's no trap door. No, it's very much the
Okay,
same
okay.
floor.
Just
So-
checking. You know.
Freaking copies.
Go ahead.
Nah.
It does have power.
No knockoffs
Okay,
here, buddy.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're able,
okay.
yeah, you're able to turn on the lights.
All right. So is the foot locker is locked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll,
it's
I'll
got a-
throw in the keys with the 3 keys on it. I'll throw them to
Gotta
it.
be one in there.
Yeah, so this is definitely one of the second key from this ring definitely fits in the foot locker.
Okay, but this isn't the John Deere key yet, though, right?
Yeah. No, not the
No.
John Deere key.
Okay, I'm just checking. Yeah, okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Oh, okay. So one particular key has the
Mm-hmm.
John Deere or Remington symbol on it or whatever.
Yeah, so it's a Remington one. So if you actually take a look in the bedroom, you would find it eventually in the closet. There is a gun cabinet.
Oh.
Okay.
See, what do I know? I thought it was to a tractor or something.
Okay. So let's have a look. We'll unlock the foot locker and
Okay, so you open up the foot locker, and there's actually you see that there's actually an assortment of items in here that are actually fairly interesting.
Nah. Later.
Let's see if I can find, let's see. Yeah, you see that there's an evidence bay that has an old reel-to-reel tape in it.
What?
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be tough to.
Not the player, just the reel to reel.
Just the reel-to-reel.
Yeah.
You also find that there's an annotated copy of, it looks like it was a textbook, but wasn't published, called Sky Devils, Archetypical Figures in Native American Mythology.
Yeah. There you go.
I will definitely be flipping through that as the anthropologist.
Okay. You also find that there's also a large iron knife.
Oh, I'm interested in
What's your
that.
anthropology, Jason?
My anthropology is, history is 80, occult's 80. Anthropology is 70%.
Okay. Taking a look at this, you definitely can see that the knife is actually of Anglo-Saxon manufacture.
That doesn't match.
Wow, so this is an old Anglo-Saxon dagger.
Dagger, yeah. And you see that there's some strange markings on it. Except to you, it seems to be you don't know what they're from. It looks like gibberish.
Is it occult in nature?
It could be.
With my 80%, can I tell immediately whether it's...
Yeah, there's not much details on it. I would say that maybe with research.
Okay.
Like you couldn't remember, you wouldn't know at the top of your head what it could be used for.
Okay, but it's not some recognizable English not some not some foreign language, so to speak. Okay.
No.
Okay. All right.
No. And then you also find another key and a note that it was kind of wrapped in.
Nope.
Can I take a closer look at the knife?
Yeah,
Yep.
I will hand it over and tell him it's an Anglo-Saxon dagger, iron. I don't know and I'll hand that over to Anthony.
I shine my phone light up closer to the blade.
Okay.
Would I recognize if there may be any potential or possible signs of any blood or any material on the blade? With
Okay.
my forensics.
Yeah, what is... no. You don't see anything of that type. Although you see that the handle itself does appear to be made out of bone.
Okay.
Bone?
Human bone, possibly?
You're not sure.
Okay.
Of course it's
Okay.
human. What else would it be? Well,
I know. Right.
it could be horse or well or
Okay, so McMurdy, as you're kind of rifling through the locker, this note has been kind of like wrapped up in this key that looks like it does go to the septic tank. If you wanted to go over to evidence and handouts, you could just read that to the group.
To whom it
Yeah,
may
click on.
concern, if you are reading this note, I can assume I have died or become incapacitated before I had the courage to complete the final mission. You will find about 20 gallons of gas in the shed behind this cabin. Pour it into the septic tank beside the cabin and ignite it. You'll be happier if you didn't look inside. Please make sure that the remains are kept from my children. I am so sorry. God, please forgive me. Clyde Bowman.
Why would he be concerned about the remains being kept from the children?
Well, if it's his first wife, Marlene, you would understand why.
Well, how
but didn't let's see. Let me look back here and see. Yeah, okay. I was just seeing when she passed away in 2002. Okay.
Yeah.
So my point is that wouldn't the remains be so in bad shape that they wouldn't know either way?
exactly?
Maybe she's not dead.
Huh?
Maybe he told
What?
people she was dead. I don't know,
Wow.
but
Oh, what? So we're gonna murder his wife, who's being kept in a septic tank?
Why would he?
that's
Why
a good
wouldn't
point.
he?
That's a good
Why
point.
would-
And she's chained up, so she would have starved, probably. Correct.
Yes.
Jeez.
Okay. So now this is rescue mission.
Rescue mission.
Well, there's a woman being kept prisoner in a septic tank since
Well, that's a
2008.
guess. I'm making a guess.
Or-
but why
yeah.
else would he want his
Or
children
whatever,
being
whatever.
kept from it?
So
Actually, you know what?
You guys think he kept his wife up here at the cabin?
So actually, it's kind of like the idea of the thought of someone being trapped in a septic tank. I'm going to actually have you guys make a sanity check on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty creepy. Right. Yeah.
Now, does anybody immune to, like, there's certain immunities. I think, Todd, your character is immune to excessive violence, right?
Right.
Oh, I don't.
Um,
Do tell.
Todd's hardcore, man.
Okay, so,
Gee.
so everyone has the character sheet, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you look at, I'm trying to remember where it's located. Just
I don't
excuse me.
think I've got any immunities. I would say
I wouldn't worry about it then. So I don't think anyone has the because you have either immunities to violence
no.
or immunities to it kind of like being captured, or if like something is out of your control, like if
it
you're
says here. Okay, here it says here: instance of sanity loss without going insane. And I've
No.
got 3 checked off for violence, and it says adapted.
yeah. So what you can do is you can be adaptable to violence and adaptable to
Helplessness?
like a hopelessness.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I see.
So,
So if
I am
you've adapted to
violence.
this hopelessness, you don't need to make the roll, but
Oh, no,
No.
I'm not. So,
Okay.
what am I rolling? That's the thing I'm not
So
certain.
what you're doing is you're making a percentile roll,
Okay.
and it needs to be equal to or lower than your sanity.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Okay.
But only if we only making this check if we are not adapted to helpless.
Okay, I got a 10.
Where's sanity?
Sanity
It'll be your
points.
current sanity.
Current sanity points.
So
Under your
maximum's
stats.
89. Oh, current 48. I got you.
Yeah.
So
Oh
48.
boy.
Yeah.
You're stressed.
29.
Nice. Okay.
As I say that,
I-
well, if it was his wife, I kind of vomit up a little bit in my mouth, but
Well,
as
who would,
I shudder a little bit. Oh, who would do that?
Yeah, who would do that and why? I've seen some things in my time, but I don't see any evidence of any kind of mental trauma or anything that would suggest that. I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah.
So we better take a look though. We've got to.
I
He
am
has chained this thing up it's pretty severely chained. Did you see 20 gallons in the shed there, Mac?
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh yeah.
hear about there's a little bit spilt, but I think that might have to do with those 18.
I mean,
Oh,
if there's a chance that the woman is in there and she's alive,
Yeah.
you've got to verify that.
Well,
You
it could
can't
be the
just-
family dog. It says you would be happier not to look, but and why else would you be? Yeah, so it could be the dog. The dog died.
Well, I'm not. I don't want to waste any more time. We need
Yep.
to.
That's right.
Is
Yep.
there any way? We would need a ladder to get up there, wouldn't we?
To actually
Or
get
is it-
down there. The top of the septic tank is flat with the surface.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
Down.
Okay. I misunderstood when you were saying how huge this thing was. I thought it was kind of sitting up too.
It's
Okay.
big, but it's in the ground. So,
Okay.
but you can see that, like I said before, only half of it seems to be covered with dirt,
Okay.
and the other side of it is exposed.
Maybe it's really a UFO that's partially buried.
What? Let's not get crazy here, okay? I say as
Sorry.
I rummage through my duffel bag and bring
Sanity
out
check.
my
Yeah. Right.
Aliens.
machine gun with the suppressor on it. Let's not get crazy here, gentlemen. Gosh.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Were there any other? Did we notice any other photographs anywhere
Not
that
here.
were just not in
Well,
here?
maybe you
Okay.
can see some older like some older frames kind of hanging up on the wall.
Hmm.
It looked like basically kind of like nature, maybe going out on the lake, or maybe a picture of his kids and him. And
Really quickly, I take a look in the kitchen and slowly open the refrigerator just out of curiosity.
Okay, looking in the refrigerator, there actually isn't anything in here. You see, it's like
Nothing.
lots of baking soda.
See, that's yeah.
Mhm.
So he really didn't stay here either.
Mhm.
Yeah, like you do see that there's a thick layer of dust kind of covering over everything.
Wow.
So
Okay.
possibly when he moved into the apartment,
Mm-hmm.
he never came back here.
Oh.
Well, that means if she isn't there, she's probably long gone. So, but we still need to check.
Yes,
Wow.
we do.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All
I'll
right.
cover you.
So I'll grab the two. I'll grab the 20 gallons, two 10 gallon.
What are you
I'm
doing
assuming
with that?
Well, he wants us to pour it in, right? So I got to have
We're
it
not-
ready.
We're not pouring.
I
We're
mean,
not
just
destroying
in
any
case.
possible evidence. Are you nuts?
Well, okay. So I'll leave them in the shed and I'll shut the shed.
I say. In fact, don't touch that because
Yeah,
this,
so when
this
you
is
actually
potentially
take a
a
look
crime
at-
scene now.
That
You know?
20 gallons isn't there.
Oh,
It's gone.
There's 1 gallon.
Oh.
See, so those guys
Oh.
did steal.
Okay.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, so we're not going to be
Mhm.
able to do what the man has asked.
Well,
Wait a minute.
like I said, this is potentially a crime scene now. So, the fact that I'm willing to even look in here, we're kind of pushing boundaries as it is. But I really want to check and make sure that there's no one alive in here.
Well, remember, Tony, we are acting on behalf of Delta Green. There will be no evidence left.
That is true.
We have to cover whatever this is up. Right? I think.
I shake my head and say we'll worry about that later. And
Okay.
Mac, did you give me the key to the lock?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay. I'll say someone give me some light so I can see better.
I'll do that.
Please.
I have no weapon, so I'll hold any lights, and I can pull the thing open once we get it unchained.
Okay.
So you probably have like your cell phone light turned on.
Something.
I think the only person that has a flashlight is McMurray. All right, so you kind of make your way.
How many guys are with us? 6, 8?
I'll get his name right eventually.
McDonald's.
McDonald, McMurphy, yeah.
Oh, he quit. See, I knew you were going to run him off. I knew that.
Yeah, so the guy with all the guns takes off.
Oh, jeez. Wonderful.
He said,
How
that's
apropos, right? How apropos is that?
All right, well, we'll just give him a couple seconds to kind of
Okay,
come.
okay, all right, no
What
problem.
we'll do is we can... Nah, I'd rather wait for him.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Let's wait.
How much we got? We got about another hour left, you think, or?
Yeah, I'd say probably about that. We may be... Well, I mean, the way that we're
Depending upon what
going...
happens.
in 10 minutes. So,
This next scene will determine a lot.
yeah.
Right. Holy cow.
Okay.
No, I have never played a Call of Cthulhu, so this is a first for me. This is nice.
Yeah,
This is fun.
yeah. Well, with this particular one, they're kind of leaving the rolls a little bit out of it. There's only a couple of them
Sure.
to get some little bonus information, but other than that, most of it's kind of like, well, what do you want to like?
Sure.
I like that. Yeah.
Well, I like
Yes, I like-
investigating, and some of it's on us, some of it's on our character sheets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Okay.
Hey, the guy with the guns came back.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Eric, just everything froze up there for a second. All right.
Stack them and rack them. Okay.
All right.
All right.
So you
So
make
I
your-
will pull this thing open once we get it unlocked. Get the chains pulled free.
Yeah,
and then
so
I'll
you kind
shine
of
the light.
yeah, so you see the big key kind of has like it's big reinforced. It's got like a rubber cover.
Mhm.
Goes in, you hear the big click of this massive lock. You take it off, kind of set it off to the side, and then you're unraveling these chains.
Mhm.
Feels like the chains are taking forever to kind of get them all fed through these rings, and eventually you take the last bit of the chain basically off that metal ring where you can kind of lift up
Okay.
the cover. Septic
Mhm.
tank.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Hey,
So,
I'm covering him with my weapon.
Any signs of or any smells of anything unseemly yet?
okay. So as Dr. Palmer kind of grabs the handle,
Mhm.
lifts it up. You guys don't smell. It doesn't smell like a septic tank. It smells like there's like maybe stagnant water down there, but you don't get the smell of, like shit and piss and basically that grotesque smell of like all the air being ripped out of your lungs when you go to an outhouse.
Right.
That doesn't
Right.
seem to have happened.
No smell of a decomposing body, right? Good.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
It
Yeah.
hasn't been used. It hasn't been used as a
Yeah,
as a
but you
subject.
can see that there seems to be like maybe about a foot of water may have kind of collected down here.
Hmm.
And it seems to be stagnant, and it's got like this kind of almost brown, like brackish kind of look to it, at least on the light. And then you can kind of hear in a hoarse voice,
Stop.
there.
What?
Holy
What'd they say?
shit.
Wait, what to say? I didn't hear it. What?
Someone there?
I'll yell. I'll actually what I'll do is I'll bend over and I'll hold my hand up and say, "Phone, give me the light, the
I
light."
hand it to him immediately. Meanwhile,
And-
I'm a little bit in shock.
How wide is the opening?
So the opening is you could actually jump in there. I'd say it's almost like 3 feet across.
Okay, I'll do even better. I'm gonna kind of what's the word I want to use? Put my hand on the edge of the opening to kind of support myself, and I'm gonna lean in with my outstretched hand, shining the light in, and put my head in there so I can see what's going on. Who's in here? Because it doesn't sound like a woman, right?
It sounds like it's like a dry, husky voice.
Yeah,
Almost
okay.
like a man voice, yes.
Yeah. Well, she could be in such distress that, or perhaps she's a smoker as well. So,
Like Lauren, she's like Lauren Bacall or
Sexy. Oh, you mean a sultry? Well, then that changes
sultry,
everything.
sexy, husky voice.
Because John Palmer shit himself, but if it's sultry, I didn't shit myself.
So I'm going to get you guys to actually make another sanity check.
I was not expecting to hear a voice, dude.
Yeah.
We're rescuing her. We were on time. We made it. We're heroes.
I hope to God
I made it.
it's Lauren Bacall. Oh my God.
30. So
30?
I got 36. I'm good. Yeah.
No.
Uh-oh. What do I hear behind me?
53 for me.
What'd you
I
get?
failed, but just
You good?
barely.
Okay, you guys are fine then. So you guys, you don't lose any sanity whatsoever. However, I'm gonna get David. I'm gonna get
Yes.
you, Anthony,
Yes.
to make another sanity check.
Oh boy. What do I see or why? What's going on with me?
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, here I'll see if you kind of track.
Justin, I'm sorry, Justin. I did fail. You heard I failed.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I
fail?
failed.
Yeah, you
the
did, yeah.
sanity check.
So you lose one sanity if you failed.
Just
one.
point? Oh, okay.
Yeah, just 1 point. Because the idea of someone being trapped here for
Gotcha.
that long
Yeah.
and hearing the voice,
Yeah.
you're like, wait, that's...
Oh yeah. Well, I shat myself,
Yeah.
and then my
boy.
character shat himself.
Oh boy. 50. So I'm hanging on there. Hanging on there.
Okay, so I want you to go ahead and roll a d6.
Me?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let me 1 second. D6. 1. Uno.
1?
Yep.
You're going to lose 1 sanity.
Oh wow. Regardless. So something's
Regardless.
gonna hit hard. Something hit me hard, guys. Something hit me hard. -1 sanity. Okay. This ain't good. Okay.
Okay. So what you do is you kind of aim the light down. You're kind of starting to yell, and you're kind of looking down.
Yeah. We're here. We're here to help.
You can see on the far side,
Mhm.
this it looks like it's like a person.
Yeah.
Turns around.
Yeah.
Looks right at you. And what you can see is it looks like it's almost like an elderly woman.
Oh,
But
okay.
She looks like she's like a little bit bigger, like almost bloated. Like you can see the swelling in her arms, her stomach, basically her totally exposed upper regions. But you see her look shriveled and decayed looking.
That's not good.
The guts, you can see that her entrails are actually hanging out of her body.
That would do it. Yeah.
Her eyes are kind of milked over, and you can see her hair is like pretty much all partially missing. And she kind of like sees you, and she's kind of raising her hands. You see that her fingers on the ends are just scraped, almost like right to the bone.
Yeah.
She makes her way over to the hole that you're kind of coming over, and she's like, "Oh, thank God, someone's here to save me!" And you see she's stumbling her way.
What do you see?
Towards the hole.
All right. McCall.
These guys hear Anthony let out a raspy scream, and I will try to scramble back up out of the opening if possible. I almost feel as though I would probably end up dropping the phone. Because I mean, realistically, or honestly, and he tries to scramble up out of the hole and probably bangs his head.
It's an interesting quirk. So what we'll do is we'll just make a luck check.
Probably knocks himself out and falls in there.
Yeah, so I can just call for a luck check, which is you're just rolling.
Make a luck check.
Yeah, so just roll a percentage. If you get if you get a 51 or higher, you drop the phone.
Okay.
If it's less, you still have the phone in your hand.
Okay, so 51 or higher is bad. Okay, all right, I'm rolling. 43. Okay,
43.
I'm doing good.
You still have the phone in hand.
Okay.
As you back away, basically from this, and you guys actually, you see Anthony is just he's like
eyes wide, and I'm like shaking my head, saying, "It can't be, it can't be." And he's just like pointing at the opening and just, kind of babbling incoherently, I guess would be the right thing to say. As he scoots backwards.
So you guys can hear like someone's actually walking, like you can hear the slushing basically of the water being disturbed. You can kind of see this person is walking up, but very much the same as I said before. It's fairly dark down here, but you can hear this raspy voice coming up and being like, "I'm so thirsty. Do you have any water?
Oh shit!
Please help me."
The
So I'm hearing this echo up. I'm behind the lid listening to this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Anthony.
Close the lid.
I-
Close the lid.
Okay, and I'll slam
Close the
I'll let
lid.
the lid slam shut.
Okay, so you drop the lid.
Mhm.
Go ahead and make a luck check.
Luck check, okay. Ooh, 59.
Okay. So what you can kind of do is, you know that most of the time, like a lid for a what is it? Lid for, wow, I can't even remember the septic tank. Is usually wedge shaped,
Right.
so that it can't, fall in.
Yeah.
But as you kind of drop, so you actually drop the lid. You know what? I'm not going to say it can't really fall in. I'm trying to think of it as if you could do that. It's not going to do that. I'm going to say you spaz out and you just drop the lid off to the side about 5 feet away from you when you're trying to rush.
Right.
Whoa.
So it's left exposed.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Whew.
okay. So you see when you were yelling, when you heard Anthony yell, close the lid, you can see the take kind of on this old woman's face as she kind of peers out of the shadow. The moment she hears this, you see that her brow kind of seems to furl, and you see she kind of grits her teeth. I need everybody, we're going to make an initiative check.
Uh-oh.
Okay, how do we do
how's that
that?
So, actually, it's not, all we're doing is we're taking a look at everybody's dexterity.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
50?
Percent? You talking about percent or raw score?
Yeah, just your score.
10.
Oh, score.
10
Okay.
for
So,
me.
yeah, we'll start with John Palmer.
A 10 for me.
You're going on a 10? Okay. McMurdy? I think
12.
12? All right. And Anthony?
10.
10. Gotta look at her stats.
Whew.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's too
Okay.
bad. I shat myself over the septic tank as opposed to in the septic tank. I was so close. I almost made it.
Well, get ready, because I think we're going to be doing the same thing.
Woo-wee.
Take a look.
What in the heck? How?
Yeah.
How did this happen? How did this happen?
Okay, so you see what she does? She
What?
runs kind of exposed by some of the light that's actually coming outside, and you guys, definitely I would think Dr. Palmer sees this. You see this woman kind of bloated with basically her flesh just kind of sagging down off of her bones. I want you to go ahead and make a sanity check.
God,
Wow.
I don't have to. 80.
I know, right?
Holy criminy.
Oh, it's getting worse.
Yeah, it is
80.
getting
Okay,
worse.
but you didn't critically fail, so go ahead and roll a d8.
D8. Okay, where's my D8? There it is. D8. 1, fortunately.
Okay, so you just lose one sanity.
Woo. And that's coming
Okay.
off my 48 current score, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So my sanity's
All right.
going down, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So now also as an option, remember you guys can also mitigate the sanity loss at any time.
Mm-hmm.
And what you do is you can roll a d4. You
Mhm.
lose that many willpower, and then you
Oh,
choose
okay.
one of your bonds, and you reduce its score by that much as well.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But we haven't quite got that yet to
Yeah.
that point. So what you see that this desiccated old woman from the septic tank, you see she goes to jump, and she grabs the ledge. So you see these almost like these skeletal, fleshy, disgusting hands grabbing on basically the rim of the septic tank,
Yeah.
and she slowly begins to pull herself up.
Wow.
Okay, so next up is going to be McMurdy.
I kill it. I kill it. I kill it. I shoot. I shoot. I shoot. I shoot. I shoot.
Yeah.
Firearm 60%. Okay, I'm firing with my
Hand
machine
cannon.
gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No modifier. It's a pretty easy shot.
Pew, pew,
I
pew,
mean,
pew.
Dr. Palmer's right there. He might
Yeah.
shoot himself
Oh, I will.
I got an 18.
Oh, there's no
I got
doubt.
an 18, and I have 60 for that. So
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
I believe it's 1d10 for these guys.
I
Yes.
know.
So in this darkness, flashes of gun barrel, wham!
5.
Wow. That's solid. Solid hit.
Yeah. So how much damage did you end up doing?
I did 5.
5?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, you see that you actually fire your magnum at this
Magnum.
whatever this thing is that's trying to fall on the septic tank. You see, you kind of hit it in the wet, disgusting flesh, but you see it begins to kind of burst. And you guys can smell that rot and decay kind of spill out all over the place, but it looks like that it's still hanging on.
All right. I think it's
All right, so next it's tied between Dr. Palmer and Anthony, so you guys get to choose who goes.
Wow. I would think that Anthony would fumble for his weapon that he barely uses, so he's fumbling for his weapon. That's what he's doing.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so you have your gun out. You know, you're kind of shaking a little bit,
Yeah.
getting it ready.
Okay.
All right, and
With
then
this muzzle flash in the dark, blinding me, and then my ears ringing. I can't. I'm stumbling back down the away from the woman, the hole, etc. I'm gonna try to distance myself away. From this chaos. It's just hit the fan.
Actually, in all honesty, the moment that McMurdy actually fired,
Mm-hmm.
I need Anthony and Dr. Palmer to make another sanity check.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you see, just ruthlessly, he's like, nope.
Right.
And he's just firing at, he's not even asking questions.
Okay.
24 for me, thank God.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. I failed. So is it 1d8 or 1d?
It's just going to be 1.
I'll just take 1. Okay. So -1 again. Okay.
These are small ones. Usually it's when you're looking at the unnatural elements or the ones that are...
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right. Okay.
I've only ever seen this on television, so what he just did is pretty unnatural, but I passed my sanity check.
Yeah.
I've only seen this in the movies, man, and I don't go to the movies as a CU professor.
Well, what it also is, it's your brain rationalizing
Right.
the violence.
Oh, absolutely,
You're like,
yeah.
No, we can kill the thing.
Yeah.
And so what's happening is, you're kind of having doubts there,
Mhm.
Anthony. You're like, wait, should we be... Yeah. Or it's an old, right? You're shooting at an old woman.
Now we're leaving
Right.
evidence, Anthony.
Right.
That evidence you were worried about, we're leaving it now.
Yeah. So what I'll get you guys to do, so that excessive violence, if you guys succeeded, you see that little checkmark box?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if you see it on there that says
Adapted?
adapted. Yeah, because you guys didn't go crazy or hit your breaking point.
Uh-huh.
You guys go ahead and you mark that.
Violence, 1 check mark on violence.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, got it.
Sweet.
And if you manage to lose any more due to excessive violence, you'll eventually become adapted to violence.
So
Got
I'm
it.
getting tough.
It's
I'm
not
basically
necessarily-
getting tougher by the minute. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's not necessarily a good thing because it'll reduce your charisma
Right.
and reduces your bonds eventually.
Interesting.
You're more detached.
Right, as
Gotcha.
we become loners.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're going to be like McMurdy and carry a duffel bag around full of guns. Yeah.
Okay.
I take it McMurdy, McMurdy. It's not McMurdy. It's the writer. There's a Western writer from America.
Yeah, McMurtry. Yeah,
McMurtry.
McMurtry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Murtry.
Yeah.
Larry McMurtry.
Yeah, who wrote
Oh,
Lonesome Dove.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
of it,
I knew.
Murtry.
You don't have any bonds left, I take it.
yeah.
Who, me? I got bots. Oh, I got bots.
Yeah, he's got his weapons. He loves his guns.
Sarah,
Uh-huh.
Jack.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go back to the top. So you see this thing actually manages to raise itself up and gets itself out of the hole at this point. So I'm going to have
that's
you
it.
go ahead. The only one who needs to make a sanity check at this point is actually going to be you, Todd. Because you kind of see this thing in its full light right now. Like you see this naked, decayed, old, bloated woman with her guts hanging out.
Wow.
Oh, I just failed. 83.
Oh man.
83.
man.
So go ahead and roll a d8.
Ooh.
Man. That's
That's
because
all
that
we
shot
need
didn't stop her.
is an insane Mac with a Magnum. That's all we need.
Yeah.
8. I rolled 8.
Okay, so you're going to lose 8.
Oh wow.
Now, you can choose to mitigate that loss. So you can just go ahead and lose it,
Or I can mitigate it, right?
or you can mitigate it.
And how am I doing that again?
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to roll a d4, and then you're going to reduce your willpower by that much, and then you're going to select one of your bonds and remove its score down by that equal number.
Ooh.
Okay, so I got a 1. So I'm going to
Okay.
take my will.
Willpower minus.
So it means you're only going to mitigate the sanity down to 7.
That wasn't bad.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that wasn't bad.
So you're going to lose 7 sanity,
Right. And I still lose.
1 willpower,
One willpower
Okay.
and 1 bond point.
and you're going to lose a bond point from one of your bonds. So what bond are you taking that from?
I'll take it from my psychiatrist.
Okay. So we're gonna put a note on that, and we'll get back to that one.
Holy shit, that's awesome as hell. That's awesome. You gotta love role playing.
Okay, now, here's the thing as well,
Right.
Todd.
Yeah.
Since McMurtry has actually lost more than 5 sanity in one round,
Yeah.
he goes
Yeah.
temporarily insane.
He goes totally insane, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I know.
Oh
So you're
shit.
having
With a
that?
Magnum. God. Dog it.
No, with my submachine gun.
Oh shit.
So here's the thing. So you get to choose 3 conditions that you want to give yourself.
Oh wow.
You're either going
Okay.
to flee. Wait, I'm gonna try and see if I can find them just to make sure I can get them.
Okay.
Jason, you were right. I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Yeah. Woo.
When you take a big hit like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what your call. So you can go ahead and you can flee, which means you're going to go as fast as you can in the other direction, and you're probably going to be done this game.
Doesn't sound like what I would do. Sorry.
Yeah, you can
Okay,
fight,
what else? Fight, yeah.
which is you use every you're going to use all of your actions just to try and kill the thing, no matter
What? Yeah. sorry.
no matter what. So it means that what you're going to do is you're probably going to walk right up to it,
Oh.
try and blast it as much as you can with your pistol, and then you're just going to switch. Like you don't care. You will never take cover.
Right.
You're not going to defend yourself. You're going to just try and off this thing as best as you can. If you had grenades, that's even more dangerous.
Sounds like what I would normally do anyways. Okay.
Yeah, or you can just
Iconic?
become a helpless ball. Is the other.
Roll into a helpless ball. You
Yeah.
know what? I'm gonna roll randomly to decide this.
Oh, look at you, man.
All
Okay.
right. So here we go.
Oh gosh. Here we go.
I flee.
Oh.
Oh.
There goes our gun. There goes our
So
weapon.
yeah, you lose it, and so you see, yeah. So we'll wait for your turn because that hasn't quite happened yet. You just seen this thing kind of bring itself up. Its turn is to kind of expose itself, coming out of the septic thing.
Whew.
That makes sense. I mean, yeah.
And
hey.
so then, yeah, we'll go back to the cycle. So actually, it is McMurtry. It's McMurtry's go. So you go and you fumble for your keys, and you turn right around to go back to that truck.
Damn.
Huh? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys see that he's boom.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
McMurtry,
Okay.
where are you going, McMurtry? Get back here!
Okay. So next in line is between Anthony and Dr. Palmer.
I'll let Anthony. We'll stay in the same order. We'll let Anthony go.
Okay. All right. Well, let's. So he sees Mac turn and head for the hills, more or less. And wow, is the Mrs. Is she all the way out yet? She's still half it. She's out.
Yep.
Well, I'll literally give it a shot since our main our muscle left. Anthony will fumble with the safety of his pistol, and with the unsure hand, he'll aim and and screaming all the time. He'll take a shot and he'll yell to the doctor to get out of here, run, and he'll take a shot.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. So there's no modifier. You can go ahead and just roll your straight fire.
He's got I think he got 60%, 50%. Okay. All right, not too much firearms training.
Yeah. So if you want to take a turn, you can aim, and that'll give you a +20.
If I take a turn and aim, okay,
yeah.
he'll do that. I'll say he takes that turn to click that safety off, and he'll hold it out with both hands as he screams at the doctor, and he'll take aim and he'll shoot next turn.
Okay,
gotta hit, gotta hit her.
Yeah. All right. And then Dr. Palmer.
I think I'm going to yell out to her the name. I think I know who this might be. I'm going to yell out her name, Marlene.
Yep.
Marlene, don't you want to see your daughter Sharon, your son Michael?
Oh, wow.
Okay, and you can kind of see with that, you see that she kind of pauses, and then that look of anger kind of stops. She kind of takes a look at you, and it looks like she's kind of thinking, but it looks like she's kind of closing her eyes. Even though that they're ghosted and milky, you really can't, can't really see her.
Right.
But it looks like she's kind of closing her eyes, and you're not quite sure if she's trying to focus or if she's weeping.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so then we go back up to the top. So it will be her. Okay, and with that, you know what? You're going to see her. You see she's actually booking it to the woods.
What?
Really?
Oh, shit. We've released this thing on the world. Shit. Are you kidding me?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a roll just to see how,
Okay.
I'm going to say she comes, you know what? She gets over to about the tree line. So she's going to be about 30 feet away from Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
And about 10 feet away from, I'd say probably 20 feet away from Dr. Palmer.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, yeah, she's booking it. You see that when she's thinking about that, you see she's running for the woods.
Okay.
So McMurtry? So there is another rule in here. If you are under temporary sanity, you can break it. By doing the same thing that you did before to mitigate the sanity. So you can go ahead, roll another D4, and then you lose that much willpower, and then you select another bond to reduce, and that'll get you out of it.
Okay, 4. Ooh.
Oh, that's psychiatrist. I'm never going to call that guy.
Yeah.
4, man.
So reduce your willpower by 4. What's your willpower at right now?
Right now, you mean before this roll?
No, after this roll.
After this roll, it's going to be 7.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If your willpower is ever a 2 or lower, like a 2 or 1, sorry, you're having an emotional breakdown, and all of your actions are 20% harder to make. So right now, you're kind of keeping it together. So you have your keys in your hand, you're probably at your truck, and then you're like, no.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Breathe. Okay.
Start practicing that psychologist, those tools the psychologist.
That's right. I'm remembering about those cognitive behavior.
Yeah.
Woosah, buddy. Woosah.
So I'm guessing you're psychiatrist taking another hit.
All right. I'm going back.
Okay. Now is your psychiatrist, so you got to pick a bond and reduce that by that much.
I did.
And it's your psychiatrist, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fine.
Okay. So back to the top between Anthony and Palmer.
Okay. Anthony, as she dashes off, Anthony will he'll scream, no, and he will take his shot at her.
Okay. Go ahead.
So my just FYI, his base range is 15 meters. So
okay.
I don't know if that matters or not.
So yeah, it's going to be a little bit further than the 15 meters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make it a little bit more difficult for you.
Okay. All right.
I'm just gonna make it a little bit more fun than it would normally be under the rule circumstances. I'm only going to subtract 20%. So only give yourself a 10% bonus for that aim. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Mhm.
So he's got a 60.
Yeah.
60% chance now.
Yeah, and normally she would also get another bonus for moving fairly far, but I'm not gonna worry about that.
Okay. Yeah, because he ain't gonna hit. Fumble. Double O's is 100.
Oh, wow.
So that's definitely a fumble.
Definitely
Yeah.
fumbled.
So that's a fumble. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find out is there a jam? Do you just have the safety on and you're panicking? And you're like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Which means
GM,
it wasn't
you can tell
on
me.
the whole time. You turned it on, right? It's like you switched it, and it was actually.
So it was in my.
You had the safety off.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Okay.
Gun discipline.
So yeah. So he squeezes it and nothing happens.
Yeah, you're just like, damn it, the safety's on.
So he looks at the gun and then kind of looks over at the doctor with his mouth agape. Like, what the hell? What?
This
What
damn
happened?
thing.
What just happened? Did you see that?
All right, John.
I'm gonna grab up an end of this chain, and I'm gonna start chasing after, dragging this chain with me into her. Yeah, chasing her with this chain.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to have you go ahead, you grab the chain. I want you to go ahead and make an athletics check.
Oh,
I'm
God.
going to verse it against her athletics check. What you have to do is you just have to beat her score to see if you can kind of just keep pace with her. And
I get it.
To see if you catch up.
So
Okay,
the
my
chase is on.
athletics. I actually, I guess you have a base of 30. Is that correct? Because I do not have a score. It just says athletics in parentheses 30%. So I guess that's my base. Is that it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I don't have an actual athletic. Oh, 83. Not good.
Yeah, so she completely failed, so you don't need to worry about that. You easily keep pace with her.
Okay.
You grab the chain as fast as you can, you bundle it up, and then you kind of see her making it for the woods, and then you just start charging after her.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right, so then we go back to the top.
Now I'm wishing
she's
I'd
gonna-
taken some gym classes in all those years of school.
Yeah. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and have you make a roll.
Me?
Dr. Palmer.
Okay.
So go ahead and we're going to do kind of the same athletics roll.
Okay.
You said that it was like 30%, right?
It on the character sheet, I don't have the skill, but in parentheses beside it says 30. I'm assuming that's the lowest chance, right?
That's right. You can only ever have it as low as 30, even if you don't have it. If you have it not trained.
So I'm untrained, but 30% is the okay.
Yeah.
24. So,
24. Okay,
yeah.
so basically you're going to subtract 6% from what her success rate is for her athletics.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and roll that. So yeah, so she kind of makes a break for it, but you're keeping pace with her.
Damn.
Into the woods. So she's about probably 20 feet inside the woods right now. So it's a little bit obscuring. It's going to be harder to make shots on her.
Okay. Oh shit.
So then we're going to go back and McMurdy. Yeah.
Yes. I am coming back to the scene, and had we left the gas cans in the shed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going for one of those gas cans.
Okay. So yeah. So you quickly slide the door open. You do see that there is one gas can.
Yep.
So you just go and grab that one, and then
Yep.
you're ready to run with that if you have to.
Yes, I'm gonna chase after Mrs. Bowman.
All right, and then we go back to Anthony and Dr. Palmer.
So I see Dr. Palmer grab the chain and just rush out into the darkness with this chain dragging behind him, I guess.
Yep.
So after like letting that sink in for a moment, I'll reach down or look around, reach down for the phone. I'll pick it up and engage the light again. And I don't know what Mac's doing. I assumed he's run off, so I'll scream and yell after the doctor and follow him.
Okay.
You know, because he doesn't know anything about those woods out there, and
Yeah.
that ain't gonna end well. So I've got the light and I'm holding it above my head, and it's kind of probably flashing all crazy, in front of me as I'm whipping through the woods trying to keep up with them if possible.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna try and see if we can get that last. Let's see if we can get caught up with this monster that's running. So subtract 15%, or so add 15% to the total that you need there. So you have a 15% penalty.
Okay.
Jason. Okay.
90.
Mm.
I'm stumbling,
Okay,
dragging this chain.
Yeah, so no, she's making headway. You haven't lost her yet.
Okay.
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 Okay, so we'll go back to the top. I'll get you to go ahead and make one more athletics check. Never mind. Okay. You kind of been following her in the wood. Like she's got like a 2. I don't think you're gonna be able to beat that.
No,
Wow.
I can't.
Yeah. All right. So what actually ends up happening? So you're actually following her in the woods. You see she's ahead. You can kind of see basically, just the smell, the stench. You see there's like things being left behind on branches. You don't want to know what they are.
Right.
And you're traveling, and you see she's getting further and further and further ahead. And you see she kind of makes her way up, runs up and above a hill. And then when you make your way, the crunching of the branches and the leaves that have fallen, you kind of come up and you see, and you look below, and you can kind of see there's a stream ahead of you. You do not know where she has gone. It's like
So
she just disappeared.
I'll drop the chain, kneel down, probably bend over, hands on both legs, trying to catch my breath. I'll look back into the woods behind me to see if I see any evidence of my friends following. It's pitch dark out here, right?
It is. It's almost pitch dark. You can see there's a little bit of light coming from. It must be from where you were running. That kind of seems to be waving back and forth, but it's not very clear.
Am I hearing ATVs? Any of that going on in the distance?
Right now, no.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll just turn and head back toward the direction I came. I'll drag the chain with me.
Okay. So taking the chain with you, you manage to, so you come back and you see Anthony's kind of, he's kind of standing just at the tree line with his light, and then you see Murtry kind of come around from the cabin. It looks like that he's kind of gotten himself kind of straightened away there with a gas can in hand.
Okay.
Yeah. Where'd she go?
She went over, I point over my shoulder, dropped the chain. She went up over that hill and disappeared. You said there was a stream, right, Justin? Like a river, stream? I'd no sign of her, but there's a stream.
On the other side of the hill?
On the other side of the hill, as you top the hill and go down the other side, there's a stream, and there was no sign of her.
Shit.
What happened to you back there?
I'll talk about it later. Okay.
He just tells you to shut up. Yeah.
Let's just we got to go find her. Okay, like we got to go look. So let's just keep close together, and let's go look for her.
So you do, I believe, Todd, you're Murtry. I think he has survival training, right?
Yeah, it's called Run Away.
Yep.
He has the Monty Python survival training.
Run away.
What we'll do that is we'll actually use that as tracking.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. I'm going to give you a 20% penalty just because of the dark and with the the darkness and everything. It's kind of hard to see through here.
So whatever I roll, I'm going to add 20 to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled a 56. I have a 50. That makes it a 76. So
okay. So trying to track. Yeah. So trying to track as best as you can to try and see if you can find her. She's gone.
Okay.
Oh well. We might have to wait till daylight to pick up her trail.
Mhm.
I don't know.
How far could that creature go? Others will see her.
Moving
Others
fast.
will.
She wasn't moving fast though, right? Like me, you were.
She
It was
was-
moving fast.
Faster. Well,
How's that even possible?
Yeah. You're right. Right. She was moving
Nope.
as fast as she was not supposed to be alive.
Yeah.
You were.
Right.
You was like you were chasing
Supernatural.
Jabba the Hutt. How could you
So-
not catch up
Right.
to her?
So
Right.
so
She was
you
trailing
guys saw
pieces of
what
herself
I
behind
saw.
her.
You saw her there with she was dead.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Can't be happening.
but I think we should collect it. Wait till daylight and at least collect the bits of her that she left. In the trees, right?
Right. Okay.
I mean, we've got to. I don't know if we can find her, but we should probably at least collect evidence.
Who's gonna believe us?
Yeah.
You got some pieces of rotting flesh. That's what you
Yeah.
got.
True.
Right. Maybe there's more. Maybe there's something in that septic tank that could give us a.
Well, there was. Unfortunately, we let it go.
I'm
You
not
mean
going.
more?
to
You
that
mean there's
tank.
more in that septic tank?
Yeah, right.
Maybe there's a clue. If only somebody could go down there and look. While I cover them with my dagger.
Okay, so it looks
Any
like that,
volunteers.
yeah. So it looks like as your
Okay.
first night kind of comes to an end, it seems like you guys may not have exactly succeeded in this
No,
mission.
no, we did not.
No, we did not.
No, I guess the only thing we can do is head back to the cabin and
Mhm.
try to
Yeah, take what you can because there is evidence there that he does have green Delta green material.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did he break any rules? Looks
Yeah,
like
he-
it.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
did.
He
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
I'll take some photographs of the septic tank and
Yep.
the kind of like the interior of
Did you
it.
get a
And
photograph of her when you were looking into
No.
the septic tank?
no,
Hmm.
Didn't get a picture of her. No.
no picture. I got a mental image that I'll never forget
Yeah,
ever.
Me too. Me too.
I'll pick up whatever empty casings I can find on the ground.
Right.
Okay.
And,
I think the only ones are you using an autoloader or a revolver?
I'm using the submachine gun.
A submachine gun. Yeah, you go in.
It's got a suppressor on it, so nobody's hearing it.
No.
Yeah, and people are hunting around here anyways. So technically, if anyone were to hear
Right.
anything-
Yeah,
Probably
who's
with
shooting that pea
submachine
shooter?
guns, right?
Yeah,
They probably have their own submachine gun.
It
Yeah.
sounds like a paint gun.
Right.
yeah,
I mean, an AR-15 is a
Right.
good hunting
What's
rifle.
that guy?
Yeah.
Uh, Mice?
yeah. I
Field
mean,
mice?
modern day deer. I mean, scary. Yeah.
I'll if possible, maybe we can close the tank back up and actually lock it back up.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's what I would do.
Feed the chain and everything back through it. Bolt it back
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I will burn.
Take the
I think we
dagger.
should burn this note from him.
Well, let's take a picture of it.
Yeah. Take
And
the
what do we
book,
do with the dagger? Do we take the
Well,
dagger and
Yeah.
So
we-
there's
that,
a dagger,
that
there's
may be
everything in that
unrelated,
footlocker.
right?
We still have the reel-to-reel tape.
the
Yeah.
tape?
there's reel-to-reel
So-
tape, and there's also this document textbook
I say
talking about
let's.
the Native American
Guidance.
mythology of these flying people.
That's right.
Oh,
Wow.
shite. We may need this dagger if we ever find her to kill her. Right?
That's right. So we may need to
Okay.
Yeah,
have a
Alright.
look through this.
We
these-
probably
guys
should have done
actually-
it. We probably should have read this book, watched the reel-to-reel before we opened the tank.
We're not Shaggy in the game. We didn't know that was gonna happen.
Zoinks!
Who would have guessed?
Oh God!
Now she's
All right.
off. I don't know what she's doing.
I know.
That ain't good.
I'm gonna have to track her down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to get you guys to do is you guys actually kind of recover what you can during the night.
Mhm.
You make your way back basically to Boston, kind of spend a night kind of gathering yourselves, trying to get some sleep.
Yeah.
Which I need you guys to actually make another sanity check for.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, yeah, I can't sleep without a sanity check.
Oh,
It's only if you had your first day of like seeing something unnatural. You're good.
11.
Okay.
I got an
So you
11.
managed
So critical
you managed to get
success.
some, you managed to
15.
get some sleep. If
Okay.
you lost any willpower,
I
gain it back.
Oh, okay.
All of them?
It's just
Yep.
okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. If you made it, if you lost any willpower, you gain it all back.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, under motivations and mental disorders, are any of these relevant to actual game?
So if you ever did your motivation, if you could say like, "Hey, I'm fulfilling a motivation here,"
Yeah.
you can gain willpower back in game
Oh, gotcha.
instead
Okay.
of having to wait to go to sleep.
Ah, very cool. Okay, because I did prove my courage in chasing it. I guess maybe I don't know, but no, it doesn't matter. I didn't lose any willpower, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So what
Okay.
the interesting thing is too is if you ever make your threshold and gain an insanity, you cross out of motivation. You lose it.
Oh,
Sweet.
So,
That's sweet.
yeah, so,
Yeah.
All right. So basically, you guys actually spend probably the next 10 hours or probably the next 48 hours to go and meet Gail back at the post office.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Most of you succeeded on your sanity check, so you're probably unnerved, but it's not something that keeps you up late at night. You're not having a waking nightmare or not able to get any kind of rest, but you
Okay.
seem to be doing okay.
Okay.
Meeting Gail back, you kind of see she's kind of just sitting at the desk, kind of drinking her coffee, and she sees you guys kind of making your way back into the post office.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is going to be your debrief. So she says, "So, what do you have to report?"
What the hell did you? What did you send to?
What?
Yeah,
Slide this
exactly.
contents.
Yeah.
That's what we said.
Yeah.
I said we. Go ahead, Doc.
Oh, go ahead. Mr. What's his name? Bowman. Mr. Bowman was indeed. I believe he was involved in something he's even kept from Delta Green, but I may be wrong. But
You see, she kind of look like her face kind of starts to go pale. She's like, "What do you mean?"
it appears, we don't know for sure, but the clues tell us maybe his first wife was I don't know. I look at Anthony because again, Anthony appears to be as educated and as thoughtful as I with his glasses and his suit. I look at Anthony, make eye contact, and as if to confirm this, maybe that she might have been demoned or possessed. He kept her in a septic tank in the woods, and she was not of this. She was not. She was definitely not
Dead.
a human.
You're dead.
Yeah, she
And
was
yet not dead.
exactly. Mac
Okay.
Mac sums it
Undead.
up quite well.
Okay, so did you get an address for it?
What?
For the cottage.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes,
Yeah. What we'll
we
do
have.
is we'll try and send a better equipped team, maybe.
Yeah,
take
we give
a look
them
and see
all.
what
I'll
comes-
give them all the notes and
Yeah.
all of the reel to reel and the
Give
Okay.
them
dagger.
stakes and crucifixes and, and holy water.
Take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then she kind of looks at all the evidence that you're giving to her. And she's
Mhm.
like, "Is that stuff that you got from the apartment?"
No, plus some of it. No, wait. What? No, just the photograph of her eyes X'd out. Where it's
Did
from
you
the
go to
apartment.
the cottage?
We went to the cottage.
Okay,
yes.
you see, she kind of like tucks her lip underneath the top of her teeth, and she's like,
Yeah.
You do know that if you ever go anywhere that hasn't really been scheduled, you need to inform us where you're going, right?"
Oh.
Inform who?
She says you have my number. You can communicate through me on your cell phone. If you're ever going off site to a location that we don't know about, if something were to happen to all three of you, we don't know where you are.
Mm.
Something happened, all right.
To be fair, Gail, that is actually very comforting to know now.
Now.
After the fact.
Does that increase our bureaucracy score by
Right.
Yeah, right?
5%?
And she's like, "Well, just remember in the future, just let us know where you're going, just in case, right?" So
Guaranteed.
she's like, "Well, yeah." So she kind of takes the materials that you're kind of giving to her.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "Well, what we'll do is we'll see what we can do about whatever this, like you guys told her out straight, like what happened, right? Like
Yeah.
this thing's out
Oh yeah.
there."
I'm not hiding anything from her.
So
Okay.
what's her reaction when we tell her that, we found the...
She looks concerned.
Yeah.
So she essentially tells you that you guys don't worry about it. Just remember, if ever we do this in the future, that if you ever go off-site somewhere, just to make sure to give us a heads up where you're going. So at least we'll know to kind of check up on you if we don't hear back from you.
In the future, do you believe there'll be more missions of this magnitude?
I sure hope
Mm.
Wow.
Don't
I may have
call
to
me.
start
I'll
taking
call you.
self-defense classes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to learn how to shoot one of those guns.
Is there anything about hazard pay in this or
Yeah.
anything?
Oh, you don't get paid. Yeah.
We do this for the experience.
Yeah, here's
Right.
my receipts
Right.
for the plane ticket
Right.
and the car rental,
Yeah, right.
hotel room. I get
per diem
reimbursed,
and
do I
anything?
not?
Yeah,
Right,
per diem.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. So what'll happen then is we have another phase here. So we have the home phase.
Okay.
So this tells us basically after you guys have actually probably either left Boston or go back home.
Okay.
And there's certain actions that your characters can take to kind of let's see, what are they? So this is where you would kind of like upgrade your character, gain experience points,
Okay.
or just kind of give us a little bit of a story of exactly what happened. A lot of you didn't lose enough sanity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone really lost any bonds other than Todd, right?
Mhm.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I'm just
I
taking a
like
look.
that.
So going through it, what we would do is I would say every skill that you guys used this game
Mm-hmm.
that failed,
Mm-hmm.
you gain 1% in it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If
yeah.
you failed it.
Okay,
you
if you
failed
failed it. Okay.
That
Yep.
doesn't include sanity, right?
That doesn't include sanity.
Okay.
So that's
All
different
right,
than normal
so
color.
I did fail. Let me see. What did I fail? What did I fail?
Your athletics or whatever.
Oh, I did fail athletics. So I'm
Yeah.
31 now. That's right.
Yeah, you
and I
failed
think
your
I failed a. No, I didn't do a bureaucracy check, did I? No.
You did a
Anthropology, but I nailed that. I think.
yeah,
didn't I?
you did that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
that
you
one.
did that. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
I failed survival, so I got one more.
When I return back to the University of Colorado, I will bed the first co-ed undergrad I can find. So
Yeah,
you want
so
an
what
A
you
on
have
this
is-
paper?
Yeah. Yeah, so you have a couple of sections here. So with your personal pursuits during the home phase, let's see, what do we have? I'm just seeing if there's anything else because there's like actually another weird system here too.
Mm.
Because the thing is no, okay. So none of us went insane and no one got killed, so we're okay.
No.
Normally,
almost.
because what'll happen is you can normally have bonds with each other can develop.
Mm-hmm.
So but we didn't get that. That's either if someone went fully insane or someone got killed or severely
wow.
injured. But nothing like
Okay.
that happened.
Mhm.
So, okay, so basically you have a couple of selections for at the end of the game. So you can fulfill your responsibilities, which
Mhm.
is a sanity test.
Mhm.
So you get to do one of these actions. So you get to choose to fulfill your responsibilities, which means you just go on living your life as best as you can,
Mhm.
which is a sanity test. And if you succeed, you roll a d6,
Mhm.
and you can add that to a bond
Ah,
Oh,
to bring up
okay.
its point back up.
okay.
Okay.
It can never exceed your charisma score.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Right.
Okay? If you fumble, it goes down by a d4.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
And
what
you
else?
also lose a sanity. Okay? So that's one of the actions you can do. You can just fulfill your responsibilities and live your life.
Mhm.
You can go to therapy
Mhm.
and lie about the unnatural trauma. Just say that, just something happened, I don't remember.
Okay.
So that, again, is another sanity check, and that's adding a d4 to your sanity.
Okay.
And a fumble, you lose sanity.
Okay.
And either way, if you succeed or fail, a bond will go down by 1.
Okay.
You can go to therapy and tell the truth,
Mm-hmm.
which is you're going to make a sanity check at a 20% decrease. And then through the story, we can choose, I might be able to make something to see if the therapist believes you. If,
Right.
if the therapist does, they lose sanity.
That's pretty good.
But you will gain 1d6 sanity, or if you fumble, you just lose a sanity and a bond goes down by 1.
Okay.
I'm going for that.
So therapy,
Therapy.
live your life.
Tell them the truth.
Yeah, live your life, go to therapy, but lie
Therapy.
about the unnatural. Go to
Uh-huh.
therapy and tell it all.
Okay.
You can just improve a stat.
Okay.
So what you can do is one of your failed stats, you can roll a d10.
Okay.
And
I'll
add
just
that.
do that.
Okay, so if you do that, a bond also goes down by 1 because you're
Okay.
choosing to cut off that bond to research into whatever you're doing.
Okay.
And then you can also study the unnatural.
Ooh, okay. There's another option.
So, which is also you reduce a bond by a d4.
Okay.
And then it says you ask the handler what else happens. What I would do is I would give you 1d4 in a skill called, I believe it's actually the unnatural skill. So this is like you learning more about the Cthulhu mythos.
That's fun. Okay.
So if you do that, you're also going to reduce your
Sanity.
maximum sanity.
Yeah.
Not your current sanity, but your maximum sanity, that 99,
Yeah.
will be reduced by an equal number of points. So you'll never gain that much sanity ever again.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So then, we would just go around the table. I'd say, so, Jason, what would you do?
I'm going to study the unnatural.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what you would do is go ahead, roll a d4, and select a bond, and it goes down by that much.
Okay. Any bond? Okay, I've got a best friend and I've got a fellow survivor of a shared trauma. I'm gonna. Oh wait, I already had it out. I'm going to sell my best friend. I'm gonna skip dinner. I won't call him for a couple of days. And it goes down by 2.
Okay. And your unnatural score will go up by 2, and your maximum sanity will go down by 2.
Oh damn. Okay. Woo! So I'm at 44 sanity now.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so then Todd?
I'm going to my psychiatrist, but I'm cold-eyed. Like, I'm not gonna tell the truth. Okay.
Okay. So go ahead, and it says here to make actually a luck roll, not a sanity roll. So just
So
roll.
luck roll is power.
Nope. It's just 50% or less.
Oh,
It's 50-50.
See if she believes you or he believes you.
I rolled a 49.
Nice.
So that's yes. So you didn't tell them the truth, and you go ahead and roll a d4, and that's how much sanity you gain back.
Nice.
3.
That worked out.
3. I got 3 back. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, that worked out.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I feel
All
a lot
right.
better now.
Okay, and then finally, David, you said that you wanted to study the unnatural as well, right?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna start perusing through the since I have access to FBI and ATF databases and files,
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
and access to academic research on psychology and behavioral sciences, and a respectable library on criminal behavior. I'm gonna start digging through all that stuff to see if there's any evidence of any similar stuff that has occurred in the past.
Nice.
Okay.
So
Go
that
ahead.
would make sense.
Yep.
So what do I do? Roll 1d4?
It's 1d4. Yep.
Okay. All right. And 3.
Nice.
Okay. So so you're gonna gain a a bond's gonna go down by 3.
Okay, so that's going to be with Angie, my wife,
Okay. And
because I'm going to be spending more time with my nose in books and stuff and records, and less time with...
you're in your office more often. She's saying, "Hey, you're gonna come to dinner," and you're like, "Yep, in a minute," and then you just never do.
Okay.
Okay, then so your unnatural will go up by 3.
Unnatural. Okay, where is that?
It'll
There
be
it is. I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. Okay.
and
all
then
right.
your maximum sanity will go down by 3.
Okay. Got it.
Now is this literally Call of Cthulhu with is this what's different about this?
Yeah. So what's different about this is that there's an organization that's kind of keeping the seal on the conspiracy. Normally with Call of Cthulhu, you're independent investigators looking to kind of like solve the mystery.
Okay.
And this one, not only are you trying to solve the mystery, you got to use resources to cover it up.
Nice.
So like you're the one that's responsible. If you're like, well, how come no one ever like phones this in or discovers something? Because it's your job to make sure that it doesn't happen, right? Because they said that with Delta Green, the organization itself, it
doesn't
believes
exist.
It doesn't exist,
Right.
but it does also believe that knowledge of these events alone is worth a security risk. They said even to know about this stuff is not a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and so and then with that, so for your home phase, so this is what you guys have kind of done. So your bonds have kind of gone down. So you have to tell me how did you sacrifice these bonds? I think, David, we kind of already had
Yeah.
that, where you said you just
And
ignored your wife.
I
For-
avoided my best friend, studying
Mhm.
the occult, studying whatever I could. I was avoiding him. Wasn't
Yeah.
meeting him for dinner, lunch, whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And then, so it's kind of weird then with McMurdy. McMurdy. I'm never going to get his right.
Matt.
Mercury.
Yeah.
McMurcury.
So it sounds like that you actually had a breakthrough with your psychiatrist, telling lies. Of
Yes.
course.
Yes.
But then
yes.
it also, your relationship has also had kind of a trust issue of some type. Maybe he or she figured that, no, you're holding something back. Like, what's going on?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like, even though you're feeling good about it, you're like, nothing's wrong. Maybe you
that's right.
exploded.
You don't
You're
make
like,
eye
you know what?
contact. You look everywhere
Yeah.
but at them.
That's
You think you're smooth, but she ain't stupid.
right.
But I mean, that's really up to you. So during the home phase, it's me and you will kind of do a back and forth. What you think would happen? So your psychiatrist, you're kind of feeling less of an attachment to them,
Yes, definitely. So I'm
right? So you're like,
Yeah.
no, you kind of feel like, even though you kind of feel good, you're feeling like, maybe you're being talked down to. That no, like, you're not returning calls as much. Maybe you're skipping.
That's what I was saying. Skipping follow-ups.
Sessions.
Yeah.
over there.
I don't want to, because I have to remember these lies that I said,
Yeah.
Yeah,
right? And I don't want to get caught.
yeah.
in a lie.
Mhm.
Tell
So,
me
yeah.
again.
Points.
Tell me again, Todd. How did you feel when you
Yeah,
weren't
yeah.
running away from this creature?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Good.
And that's Delta Green.
Okay.
That's awesome.
I really
Cool.
enjoyed that.
And then so what we would do is we would say, yeah, so for over that month, and then maybe you might get another mission. Chances are you guys aren't going to get another mission, though.
Wah, wah.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah,
But
right.
that's one of those
Maybe.
that's kind of one of those side careers where you cross your fingers they don't call you, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You don't want that
And
phone
when that
call.
when that
yeah.
phone beeps, you look and go, "Phew, it's not
Yeah.
Delta Green."
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
I'm
what'd you guys-
wondering, you know what? This is kind of, because what she was kind of reminded me in the Masks of Nyarlathotep, which is a
Oh, yeah.
very famous,
Yeah.
well-known Call of Cthulhu
Yeah.
campaign. But there's the Cult of the Bloated Woman.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah, that
wondering
sounds-
if that's got something to do with it.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
It might. Yeah.
I wonder if we'll ever find out.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, cool.
Well, I needed a sanity check for that painting behind Todd.
Yeah.
So my entire before the session started, Todd got up and left, and we all saw that painting. And my sanity, I failed
Yeah.
that sanity check.
Yeah, like
immediately.
you needed it.
So
Not
did
your
that on
character.
purpose.
Yeah.
I so did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Look,
I forgot all
You see
about that.
Not me. It's
Yeah, I know,
burned
not
into my-
you.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna
Not
have to
you.
make a sanity check to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
I know. My sister had a Japanese exchange student who was an artist
Oh, wow.
in high school, and this is one of the paintings she left behind,
Uh-huh.
and nobody wanted it, so I went out with it.
You got it by default.
Nobody wanted
Right.
it.
Nobody
Oh, hey.
wanted it.
Yeah. Because they figured, Todd's weird.
You know,
So
the curiosity is killing me. What is he holding in his left hand?
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh no, no.
oh. Oh, okay. It's fine. It's kind of tasteful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Thanks, Todd.
Oh my
So
gosh.
we've been deciding whether or not to keep it or just me paint over it and do another painting myself or
Do
something.
you
What?
know who the gentleman's
But-
name was at least?
No, we don't. We just call
Wow.
him Floyd. So
Okay.
yeah, not
Okay.
really sure.
Okay.
But
okay.
when we were moving over here, I don't know if you saw this on Facebook. I'd stuck this thing in the back seat of the car,
Yeah.
and I
And you
forgot.
looked and you saw it.
And I looked in the rear mirror.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh my god. But who's this homeless naked guy in my back seat?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Lordy.
There goes your sanity right there.
You know,
Yeah.
what you need to
Yeah,
do is
exactly.
that's
Uh-oh.
crazy.
There he is.
Okay,
Okay.
well, that's
And
it.
on that note, okay.
So, All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.